Number 1. The million-dollar wedding that stunned the world. Saudi Arabia is often known as a wealthy nation due to its oil reserves, but beneath that prosperity lies an ancient culture with many values that few people fully understand. This country is the 5th largest in Asia, and most of its territory lies within a vast desert region. Nearly 90% of the area is sand, stretching all the way to the horizon. The harsh climate with extremely low humidity creates a year-round arid environment. Specifically, the entire country has no natural rivers, so the population relies on groundwater and large-scale desalination systems. Cities like Riyadh and Jeddah are sustained by a vast artificial water supply network. Among the most luxurious symbols of Saudi Arabia, traditional weddings always hold a top position. For the local people, a wedding is not just a simple marriage ceremony, but also a display of family honor and status. The diamonds appeared so dense that their light could surpass even large clusters of lamps. The cost of a ceremony can reach tens of millions of dollars, yet few find this unusual. What surprised the visitors was that the bride and groom did not meet during the ceremony because the tradition of separating men and women had existed for many generations. Some families even organize multi-day wedding celebrations with thousands of guests. The space dedicated to women is where luxury is most clearly expressed. In the private area, women don't wear abayas or headscarves, but appear in exquisite evening gowns from Chanel, Dior, or Elie Saab. Makeup and jewelry were meticulously prepared, creating a glamorous look that rivals the red carpet. The singing performances made the atmosphere even more vibrant. This is also a rare opportunity for women to express their personal style without being limited by daily religious rules. Conversely, the men's ceremony is deeply rooted in Arab tradition. Whole roasted sheep were placed on large platters. Arabic coffee was poured continuously, and the sound of drums echoed in harmony with the Arda dance. Hundreds of men in white thobes stood in a straight line, creating a solemn scene. Some families even hire dance troupes or horse teams to add to the grandeur. When the ceremony ended, the bride and groom met in a private room filled with gold-plated gifts, symbolizing prosperity and good fortune for their married life. If you want to know how lavish the dowry the groom's family prepared for the bride is, leave a comment with the number 1. We'll reveal it in the comments section. Number 2. Powerful shadows amidst the sea of sand. Arab women are known for their eyes, which carry more cultural depth than superficial beauty. High eye structure, naturally thick eyelashes, and rare shades like amber brown, olive green, or ash gray, resulting from genetic mixing between communities around the Red Sea and the Levant, create the distinctive features of the Middle East. In a context where many generations of women have to cover their faces in public, eye contact becomes the primary means of communication. Therefore, Arab eyes is a product of history, environment, and religion, not simply an aesthetic standard. This attraction is even more pronounced in traditional Arab societies, where direct contact between men and women is limited. The gaze replaced words, expressing both interest and maintaining appropriate distance and cultural respect. Arab eyes is not only visually captivating, but also deeply connected to identity. Many tourists perceive the Arab gaze as a form of living heritage, where beauty and tradition merge and leave a strong impression. However, that appeal is only part of the story. Few people know that the women with those eyes also carry the majority of the survival skills of nomadic life. From 4 to 5 years old, both Bedouin boys and girls were taught to ride camels and learn how to observe the wind direction, footprints in the sand, or the position of the sun to determine direction. By the time they reached adolescence, they were proficient at setting up tents, caring for livestock, and distinguishing over 10 types of desert herbs used for common ailments. These skills lay the foundation for them to become women connected to tribal knowledge. As they mature, Bedouin women continue to take on tasks that require endurance and an understanding of the harsh environment. From around the age of 12, they knew how to gather firewood, keeping the fire burning all night to combat the cold and wild animals. They are well versed in the 3-time tea brewing ritual characteristic of nomadic life, with each brewing having its own significance. During festivals, they participate in sword dances to honor their ancestors and demonstrate the tribe's spirit of unity. They also preserve and pass down tagruda, a form of ancient singing recognized by UNESCO that was once used to send messages over long distances between caravans. Number 3. Arabian horse. From the desert to the pinnacle of world fame. The Arabian horse is considered one of the oldest surviving horse breeds, appearing over 4,000 years ago and being deeply connected to the Bedouin tribes of the Arabian Peninsula. They are often raised right inside the tents to maintain their purity, and they also serve as symbols of honor for each family. With incredible endurance, the Arabian horse can travel over 100 kilometers across the desert without much water. Thanks to their superior speed and heat resistance, they were once considered living weapons in the wars of the Arabs, Ottomans, and Persians, where each warrior considered their horse the soul of the army. The physical beauty of the Arabian horse makes it considered a living treasure. The small, curved head, large, bright eyes, arched neck, and upright tail when running are prominent identifying features. The value of a purebred individual ranges from $20,000 to over $150,000, while royal bloodlines can exceed $1 million. In beauty competitions like the Dubai International Arabian Horse Championship or the Prince Sultan Festival, horses are judged from every detail of their bodies to their demeanor when standing and moving. In endurance races, they have to cover 160 kilometers across the desert, creating dramatic competitions. Competitions for Arabian horses are becoming increasingly lavish, with total prize values reaching $5 to $10 million, including supercars or rare horse breeds for the winners. At festivals in Dubai and Riyadh, horses are presented as true stars, becoming a showcase for families to affirm their purebred lineage and status. This is not just a sport, but also the arena of honor for the Arab world. Today, Arabian horses are cared for like high-level athletes. Many farms in Riyadh and Abu Dhabi have air-conditioned stables, a team of veterinarians on call 24 hours a day, swimming pools, and a special diet of barley, dates, and desert herbs. Competing individuals are also transported by private jet when participating in international tournaments. Despite being associated with modern luxury, the Arabian horse remains a symbol of Bedouin loyalty, warrior spirit, and courage. Number 4. The Saudi family with overwhelming power in the Middle East. When it comes to world-class power and wealth, the Saudi Arabian Al Saud royal family is one of the few dynasties that has maintained absolute power from the 18th century to the present day. This family began to hold power in 1744 and still controls the entire government apparatus today. Although it has about 15,000 members, only about 2,000 people actually participate in running the country and managing its vast assets. Their estimated asset value exceeds $1.4 trillion, more than any royal family or monarchy in the world, including the United Kingdom. The people not only see the royal family as political leaders, but also as protectors of the country and preservers of the Islamic faith. Any public act criticizing or questioning the royal family can be considered a serious crime and could lead to very severe penalties. Images of the king and crown prince appear in many places such as classrooms, government agencies, shops, and private businesses. This is not only symbolic, but also demonstrates deep respect, reflecting the cultural connection between the people and the monarchy. For many Saudi citizens, the king is seen as the father of the nation. The tradition of sending letters, petitions, or requesting royal intervention in personal matters has been maintained for centuries, demonstrating the rare close relationship between the people and the king. This also demonstrates the role of the royal family, not only in the political sphere, but also in the social and spiritual lives of the people. If you want to see the clearest demonstration of the Al Saud royal family's power and influence, the capital Riyadh is the most obvious proof. This city is not only a political center, but also embodies the authority and control that the Al Saud family has built over generations. Number 5. Ultimate luxury, when money is no object. The concept of luxury in Saudi Arabia often surpasses all imagination. Many cities recorded pavement temperatures so high that the asphalt melted and footwear could be deformed. To address this situation, engineers have developed an underground cooling system to safely reduce heat. Climate-controlled streets make people feel like they've stepped into the future, where technology and prosperity are intertwined in every detail of urban life. This is also one of the most expensive infrastructure projects in the Middle East, serving urban residents. On those streets, convoys of supercars appeared like a spontaneous performance. The Lamborghini Aventador, Ferrari 812, and Bugatti Chiron are often driven by drivers in traditional white coats, creating an interesting contrast between modernity and heritage. Some supercars are entirely gold-plated, from the body to every interior detail, transforming them into mobile works of art. The Saudi royal family is famous for its multi-million-dollar gold-plated Rolls-Royce Phantom, which was custom-built and once considered by international magazines to be the ultimate symbol of luxury. That luxury extends to the world of yachting. Many owners in Saudi Arabia possess gold-plated or gem-studded yachts, creating glittering, floating fortresses on the sea. When the sunlight reflects off the gold plating, they look like they've stepped out of a fairy tale. In everyday life, gold also appears in the most familiar products. In some supermarkets, you can find expensive coffee, high-end perfumes, or premium chocolates wrapped in real 14 or 24-karat gold. Many luxury stores also showcase diamond-studded smartphones, gold-covered chocolates, and gemstone-decorated water bottles. Some five-star hotels serve edible gold-dusted desserts as part of their standard menu. The use of gold is so widespread that some cities are installing ATMs that dispense small gold bars instead of cash. Gold here is not just a symbol of luxury, but has become a daily trading commodity. One of the places that best demonstrates the level of wealth is the city of Jeddah on the Red Sea. From a humble fishing village that was once a stopover for pilgrims to Mecca, Jeddah today boasts one of the highest densities of millionaires in the world. In the desert regions around the city, wealthy individuals organize supercar races and dune challenges using Ferraris, Lamborghinis, or Batas, creating a scene reminiscent of a science fiction film. These races attract thousands of spectators and have become a symbol of the upper class's luxurious lifestyle. Number 6. Riyadh turns future ideas into reality. Stepping outside in the morning in Riyadh can make you feel like you've entered a city forgotten by time. Under the extreme heat of the desert, daytime temperatures often reach 50 degrees Celsius, making outdoor travel a challenge. People chose to stay indoors, taking advantage of strong air conditioning systems and only going outside when absolutely necessary. However, as the sun sets, the city seems to awaken from a long slumber. The streets suddenly became lively. Traditional markets are brightly lit throughout the night. The luxurious cafes are packed with people. On the boulevards, a stream of supercars from Rolls-Royce to Bugatti appears regularly, reflecting the capital's luxurious lifestyle. Many tourists call Riyadh the Arabian city of nightlife because most residents only really go out after 7 in the evening. Riyadh City Boulevard is at the heart of that transformation. Many small stages were set up along the route for live music performances. Fine dining restaurants serve diverse cuisine ranging from Arabic and Mediterranean dishes to Japanese sushi. Some restaurants even invite Michelin-starred chefs from Japan and Europe to create a special culinary experience. Driving on the boulevard at night feels like being in a Hollywood movie scene as the city lights illuminate the road and reflect off the shiny car bodies. Another highlight of the city is the Sky Bridge at the Kingdom Tower. From this vantage point, the entire panorama of Riyadh stretches endlessly with thousands of twinkling lights. The tower's fine dining restaurants serve non-alcoholic cocktails and exquisite cuisine in a quiet and elegant setting. Nearby is the Riyadh Front, the city's largest entertainment complex, which brings together the world's leading brands and hosts a variety of DJ events, contemporary music performances, and art exhibitions that run throughout the night. This is also a meeting point for Riyadh's youth thanks to its open space and modern style. Finally, there's Diriyah, which holds the historical roots of Saudi Arabia. This is where the Al Saud royal family originated and was once the country's first capital in the 15th century. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, Diriyah is being developed into a premier luxury destination. Number 7. Arabia and things no one thought were real. The harsh desert terrain and extremely low rainfall have forced Saudi Arabia to seek special solutions to cope with droughts and sandstorms. This country has spent over $1 billion on a cloud seeding program to create rain in desert regions. They use airplanes to spread salt and silver iodide particles to stimulate the formation of water droplets, which helps increase annual rainfall by 20 to 30%. This is one of the largest large-scale climate control projects in the Middle East. Due to the scarcity of natural rivers, Saudi Arabia heavily relies on large-scale seawater desalination systems to ensure its water supply for domestic use. The Ras Al Khair plant, the world's largest desalination facility, has the capacity to produce over 1 million cubic meters of fresh water daily, enough to supply approximately 5 million people. This achievement demonstrates a desert nation's ability to manage and control water resources. Beside being home to the largest modern royal family, possessing vast deserts, and having one of the world's strongest oil industries, Saudi Arabia also holds another interesting record. This country has the world's largest airport by area. King Fahd International Airport in Dammam covers an area of 780 square kilometers, which is roughly equivalent to the size of New York City. Since opening in 1999, this place has not only been a symbol of scale, but also a crucial transit point for millions of pilgrims traveling to Mecca. Saudi Arabia's vision extends far beyond Earth's boundaries. In 2023, Rayana Barnawi became the first Arab woman to set foot on the International Space Station. To realize its ambition of exploring the Moon and Mars, the country established the Saudi Space Commission in 2018 and began collaborating with NASA and various international organizations. This oil-rich kingdom is determined not only to exploit the Earth's potential, but also to leave its mark in space. Number 8. The world's most expensive bird, the Arabian Pride. Falcons in Arabia are considered symbols of power, wealth, and ancient tradition. A rare bird is not just a pet. It also reflects the family's status, power, and prestige, especially for royal families or the wealthy elite. The value of each animal can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars, and even exceed 1 million depending on the breed and origin. They represent the warrior spirit and appear in festivals and tournaments to connect ancient Bedouin traditions with modern life. Falconry competitions in Arabia are prominent cultural events with prize values reaching millions of dollars. A prime example is the Saudi Falcons Club auction, where bird species like the Gur falcon and Sakar falcon are auctioned for hundreds of thousands of dollars each. Birds are judged on their flight speed, hunting ability, endurance, and appearance, and they also reflect the owner's prestige. Images of birds soaring over the desert or displayed in villas and castles create a cinematic scene. Hawks are cared for and trained like sports superstars. They are raised from a young age on a high-protein diet, receive regular health checks, and are trained by professionals. Many families even build their own exhibition rooms with standard lighting and temperature systems. Some rare individuals even have their own passports for international travel. For them, falcons are not just pets, but living cultural treasures, symbolizing power, strength, and traditional values. Despite being considered treasures, falcons still possess strong hunting instincts, and raising them always comes with risks. Sharp claws and diving speed can cause serious injury if the handler is not careful or startles the bird. Many Gulf countries recommend that handlers always use thick leather gloves, head coverings, and leg control straps for safety. Eagles can also attack small pets or children if provoked, so every training session requires a private space and expert supervision. This very danger makes owning a falcon both a source of pride and a great responsibility, requiring significant skill. Number 9. Qiddiya City, an unrivaled entertainment megaproject. Qiddiya City is a symbol of the ambition to transform Saudi Arabia into the world's leading entertainment hub. Located about 40 kilometers from Riyadh, this megacity project covers an area of over 360 square kilometers and has an estimated total investment of around $40 billion. Qiddiya is being built as a city of fun, where visitors can experience sports, art, culture, theme parks, water parks, performance venues, and resorts within the same ecosystem. This is a key project of Vision 2030, aimed at helping Saudi Arabia reduce its dependence on oil and diversify its economy into the leisure tourism sector. Among the categories, Six Flags Qiddiya is the most prominent highlight with 28 rides and 10 thrill rides. The most exciting ride is Falcon's Flight, a roller coaster designed to be the fastest, tallest, and longest in the world, which plunges through a giant artificial cliff. In addition, Qiddiya will also feature the Aquarabia water park with 22 rides and the Dragon Ball theme park, which will have over 30 rides based on the popular anime series. The construction costs for these areas alone have reached billions of dollars, reflecting the massive investment Saudi Arabia is making in entertainment. Another ambition of Qiddiya is the Qiddiya Speed Park, a future Formula One track with 21 turns and a height difference of up to 108 meters. A special corner called The Blade, which is about 70 meters high, creates an experience rarely found in the world of racing. Although it hasn't hosted an F1 race yet, Qiddiya has been chosen as the venue for the FIA Extreme H World Cup 2025, the world's first hydrogen-powered racing series, marking the transition from design to the global sporting arena. Qiddiya is expected to operate as a massive entertainment city with an integrated ticketing system. According to the Vision 2030 plan, Qiddiya could welcome 48 million visitors annually, with ticket prices expected to be comparable to Disney World or Universal, ranging from $65 to $120 depending on the zone. Six Flags. Qiddiya is expected to have separate tickets priced between $70 and $90, while Aquarabia will be between $55 and $75. The city also integrates hotels, resorts, and shopping centers, aiming for billions of dollars in annual revenue from tourism, sports, and services. Additionally, Qiddiya is expected to create over 325,000 jobs and contribute approximately $4 billion to GDP when fully operational, becoming a parallel economic sector to oil in the long term. Number 10. Taboos in Saudi Arabia. In the context of Saudi Arabia opening up to tourism and relaxing many regulations to attract international visitors, the country still maintains a strict set of cultural and religious principles that anyone setting foot here must adhere to. These rules are not only traditional, but also the legal foundation of the country. One of the most important factors is related to clothing. Both men and women must dress modestly when appearing in public to show respect for society's moral values. For women, this often includes covering their hands and feet. Although covering the hair is not always mandatory, in many traditional areas, wearing an abaya is still considered an appropriate choice. Actions that show affection are also something tourists need to pay attention to. In Western countries, hugging or kissing in public is normal, but in Saudi Arabia, these actions are considered inappropriate and sometimes even illegal. The police have the right to immediately require those with such behavior to work. Regulations regarding alcohol are even stricter. Drinking alcohol, possessing alcohol, or bringing alcohol into the country is strictly prohibited. Some violations may result in prison sentences or flogging, depending on the severity and the court's decision. Social interaction in public is also an issue that tourists need to be mindful of. In many restaurants, the family area is clearly separated from the single diners area. A famous incident in 2018 occurred when an Egyptian man had breakfast with a woman who was not a relative in the family area and posted a video online. He was arrested shortly after for violating social rules. Although many areas in major cities like Riyadh and Jeddah are now more flexible, adhering to local guidelines remains important. And finally, the strictest religious rule. Non-Muslims are not allowed to enter Mecca or Medina. These are two holy cities reserved only for Muslims, and intentionally entering them without being qualified is considered a criminal act. Punishments can include fines, deportation, or physical penalties. Number 11. Saudi Arabia. Mysteries that have endured for centuries. In the Tabuk region, a strange phenomenon has puzzled scientists for years. Red sand emits a soft glow at night. Some experts believe this could be a rare form of bioluminescence, while others suggest the minerals in the sand are reflecting moonlight in an unusual way. However, no study has yet identified the exact cause. The phenomenon only appears a few times a year, making Tabuk one of the most mysterious places in Saudi Arabia. Madain Saleh has over 900 archaeological structures, but only about 20% have been excavated. Many large tombs like Qasr al-Bint remain abandoned because local people believe the site was once punished in ancient Islamic stories. French and Saudi archaeological teams have previously reported GPS interference, drone signal loss, and thermal sensor errors when approaching deep burial sites. UNESCO and Saudi Arabia currently prioritize maintaining the status quo, leaving many mysteries related to Nabatean burial rituals, ruling classes, and daily life unresolved. Hegra was built around the 1st century AD with 131 complete tombs, a system of wells, water channels, and a significant commercial location on the incense route connecting Yemen and the Levant. What's difficult to explain is that the Nabatean civilization that once flourished here disappeared suddenly, leaving no documents or traces of their lives. Experts still haven't been able to fully explain the sharp stone carving techniques as if modern tools were used. Number 12. Arabs and customs that shock tourists. For many years, Saudi Arabia maintained a clear separation between men and women in daily life. Restaurants, cafes, and even public waiting rooms are divided into family sections for women and sections for single men. Traditional weddings also host two completely separate parties. Although some regulations have been relaxed since 2019, gender segregation is still evident in daily life. In many countries, traditional clothing is only worn on special occasions, but in Saudi Arabia, traditional clothing reflects religious values and social norms. Men wear white thobes year-round to suit the desert climate, while women wear abayas when they go outside as a symbol of modesty. Some high-end abaya designs from brands like Dior or Gucci can cost thousands of dollars, showcasing the blend of tradition and modern fashion. In Arab culture, the left hand is considered unclean because it is associated with personal hygiene. Therefore, when eating, exchanging objects, or pouring water, people always prioritize using their right hand to show respect. This rule is particularly important during family meals, parties, and many religious rituals. In ancient markets like Souk al-Zal or Souk al-Balad, bargaining is an almost mandatory skill. Sellers often start with a price that is 20 to 40% higher, hoping customers will negotiate. Not bargaining can be seen as lacking sophistication and not understanding local culture. Number 13. Unique foods in Saudi Arabia. Upon arriving in Saudi Arabia, most visitors will be immediately introduced to kabsa, a dish considered the soul of Arab cuisine. Kabsa is often considered the king of rice dishes. The main ingredients are tender chicken or lamb marinated in a fragrant spice blend of cinnamon, cloves, and cardamom. Thanks to the slow cooking process, the flavors seep deep into each grain of rice, creating a rich and harmonious dish. Beside kabsa, mandi rice is a dish that particularly captures the attention of many food lovers. What makes mandi stand out is its traditional cooking method using clay pots. When combined with saffron rice, the dish brings out the full flavor of the Middle East. In many Saudi Arabian families, mandi is considered a dish for important holidays or large gatherings. Jarish brings a different flavor of Saudi Arabian cuisine. This is a more rustic wheat porridge, often cooked with minced meat and distinctive spicy seasonings. The dish has a thick texture and rich flavor, creating a warm feeling that's perfect for family gatherings. For many locals, jarish is not just a dish, but also a bridge to a culinary tradition that has endured for generations. Mutabak is a typical street food of this country. This is a type of pastry with a golden, crispy crust surrounding a filling of minced meat, caramelized onions, and fragrant spices. Visitors can easily find mutabak carts in the evening when the streets become lively. Salig is the final dish that completes the diverse culinary landscape of Saudi Arabia. This is rice cooked with chicken broth, fresh milk, and butter. Many people compare salig to risotto, but the flavor clearly has a Middle Eastern quality. Its richness and smoothness make this dish an ideal choice for those who want to experience the region's signature slow-cooked rice dishes. Number 14. Unmissable festivals when visiting Saudi Arabia. The Janadreya Festival is held every February near Riyadh and lasts for nearly 2 weeks. This is the largest cultural festival in Saudi Arabia. During the event, millions of people participate in camel parades, watch the Arda Royal Sword Dance, follow traditional horse races, Nabati poetry competitions, and craft demonstrations such as carpet weaving, silver engraving, or Bedouin knife making. Each province has an exhibition area showcasing simulated traditional architecture, costumes, and cuisine. This is an important occasion for people to reconnect with their tribal history and centuries-old nomadic traditions. Saudi National Day, which falls on September 23rd, is not only a day of remembrance, but also a vibrant nationwide celebration. The cities glow with decorative lighting systems, fireworks illuminate the night sky, and people wear traditional costumes when participating in street events. The atmosphere came alive with music, parades, folk dances, and joyful gatherings. One of the most impressive moments was when luxury cars decorated with national flags cruised through the streets. Riyadh season takes place from October to January each year and lasts for over 3 months. This is the largest entertainment festival in the Middle East. Over 15 themed areas are open continuously, such as Boulevard World, Winter Wonderland, Anime Town, or Korea Village. People attend international music festivals, watch daily fireworks displays, night parades, light festivals, international night markets, and Michelin-starred food zones. The festival also hosts major sporting events such as WWE Crown Jewel, heavyweight boxing matches, and esports exhibitions. Riyadh season showcases the ambition to make Saudi Arabia a global entertainment hub. Number 15. The most attractive tourist destinations in Saudi Arabia. The edge of the world near Riyadh is a sheer cliff hundreds of meters high overlooking an endless expanse of sand. This is part of the Tuwaik Range, with geology formed over 150 million years ago. Strong winds blow across the ancient rock formations, creating a landscape that makes this place seem like the edge of the earth. Visitors often come here for trekking, camping, and to watch the sunset, which is considered the most beautiful in central Saudi Arabia. Jeddah's coastline is famous for the 312-meter-high King Fahd Fountain, which holds the record for the tallest fountain in the world. Near this area is the Al Balad Old Town, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which boasts 400-year-old houses built from coral and teak wood. Visitors can explore ancient alleyways, traditional markets, and go diving in the Red Sea, home to some of the Middle East's rare pristine coral reefs. Neom is a $500 billion future city project in Tabuk, featuring The Line, a 170-kilometer-long, 500-meter-high, car-free city powered entirely by clean energy. The area surrounding Neom features a unique combination of blue sea, mountains, and desert, creating the most distinctive landscape in Saudi Arabia. This is the Technology and Tourism Center of the Vision 2030 program. And let me know if you're interested in visiting Saudi Arabia after learning about these incredible aspects of the culture. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so we can see you again in our next video. Thank you very much for spending time with us today. I hope you enjoyed it. Your support truly means the world to us. If you have any thoughts or stories you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. We'll meet again soon.